Over to you, doctor. Looking forward. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. Lovely here speaking to everybody here. Today, our topic is 10 mistakes which delay healing, right? So let's get into it. I hope my screen is visible to all of you all. Yes? Yes. Is it visible?
Visible. Yeah. Perfect.
Yes. Okay. So what do we mean by mistakes? First of all, I would love for us to see mistakes as a way with which we can, increase our healing and fasten our healing. Okay. So let's make sure we can find multiple mistakes in throughout this PPT, whatever you can find that you've been doing that has delayed your healing. Let's try to change that. Yes. So let's be very active throughout it. So let's get into it. Why healing gets delayed. Yeah. So what you've been used to a particular type of medicine before this, right? You've been doing allopathic medicine before this. You must be used to having 2 tablets twice a day with water. It didn't matter what diet you were following, it didn't matter what time you slept, it didn't matter what daily habits you had, right? But Ayurveda is not that. Ayurveda means healing from within. So what really means healing? Now healing is not only about medicine. Healing is about ahar, nidra, mana, vihar, aushad, and shodhan. These 6 parameters will help you to make sure that your healing is much more faster. Yes. So ahar means food, nidra means sleep, mana means mind, our stressful condition, vihar means daily activities that we do, aushad means medicine, and shodhan means the therapies that we do, that is detoxification. Yes. So these 6 pillars are what decide how long you're going to treat the condition. Okay. So let's make sure we'll dive right into it, what this means, how to get about it. Yes. So first thing you must have noticed, whenever you've come to us, we've given you a set of medications. Now, like sir said, I'll be asking you a lot of questions. I do want to ask, which is the toughest medicine to intake, right? I am pretty sure the tablets are easy. Yes, but I think a lot of you all will answer that powders are the hard part, right? The powders, the bitterness of the powder, the consistency of powder. We usually see we give medicines to people for 15 days. The powder doesn't get over for another 1.5 months. So this is something that I want to highlight here, that if the powder, the medication, the set of medication has been given to you for 15 days, make sure your powder gets over in 15 days itself, right? Because this powder is a power packed formulation with a lot of herbs, right? So if at all you're taking the most potent drug that is given to you in less quantities, this will definitely delay your healing. Yes. One, definitely powders. I think the next bit some people would definitely say is kadhas, right? Now kadhas is basically decoction, bitter in taste, and definitely consistency. So we see these kadhas and the powders are the ones that are usually left back with patients after, when we see them on the follow-up. So what we're going to do about the kadhas, make sure you're not having them 2 teaspoons twice a day just as it's. Okay, you're going to mix it in a little bit of water so that the taste of it definitely gets diluted quite a lot, and it's easier for you to administer, and that's easier for you to intake. Yes. Along with that, what other mistakes or what other problems do you face with medicine? Now I've come across a lot of people also talk about timing. ये before lunch लेना है, after lunch लेना है, ये सुबह क्यों लेना है, etc. So a lot of times we see in cases of eczema, dryness, fish skin, we see that ghee is given to you to intake, right? Especially early in the morning. Now let's know early in the morning is when your absorption is optimum. Increased absorption is definitely there. So ghee at that time will be 100% digested and absorbed by your body. Plus we intake it at 6 to 7 a.m. usually, and that is a time of bath. So whenever we'll intake this ghee, you will see that the lubrication in the intestine is at a maximum when taken early morning. Yes. Nextly, you will also see before lunch, before dinner, before food, after food. Okay. Whenever you are taking any medicine before food, it works on your apan vat. That is, it makes sure that the vat flows in the lower direction, which is how it's supposed to be. Yes. So it fixes most of the diseases just by regulating the vat, because Vat is the cause of all the diseases. Along with that, after lunch, whenever you are taking a medicine, that helps to regulate the Vyan Vat because it works on the heart. So it's also working on the circulation and it's working on the overall body. After dinner, it's working on Udan Vat. So definitely related to voice, throat, etc. It's definitely working there. So there, if at all we mention have it before lunch or dinner. Please make sure you'll have it before lunch or dinner. If at all we mention, please have it 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Those are timings when your medicine will be absorbed the best. Okay, so let's stick to good timings, follow the timings nicely. Along with that, you will also see certain medicines must be given to you to chew, right? So these, whenever you're intaking a medicine, you will see your medicine undergoes certain kind of degradation by the liver. So it's not 100% absorbed whenever we are absorbing it through the GIT. Okay, but whenever we are chewing the tablet and letting it sit in the buccal cavity, we see that the oral absorption is quite a lot, and the oral absorption doesn't go undergo so much of a degradation. So good, it's necessary. If at all any chewing tablets have been given to you, please chew your tablets. Yes. Chewing also brings me back to gandush. That is an oil pulling technique. Now, if at all you are doing gandush due to our medicines, or if at all you are doing gandush as a way of maintaining health, gandush is oil pulling. You must have heard about it. It's very good to maintain your immunity with gandush. It helps to, maintain the immunity of all the organs that are easily inflamed. So all you got to do is just take 1 or 2 teaspoons of oil, hold it in your mouth, and hold it till the time your eyes water, right? That in itself will make sure that the blood vessels are functioning well, your heart is functioning well, and your lungs are functioning well, etc. Right? So that is definitely something we can start irrespective of if we're giving you medicine or not. Along with that, certain therapies like basti or enema, a lot of people ask us what is the reason why you're advising us basti at home or even here when you're coming here. So we usually see what basti does is rectal absorption, again like buccal activity, buccal cavity. You will see that rectal absorption is also quite a lot. So it's important for you to see the changes. You'll see if at all we've given certain oils as basti at home, you will see that ichthyosis condition where the skin is exactly like a fish, extremely dry. You will start seeing that there is lubrication on the skin. Why? Because intestines are the seat of Vat. So that is a difference you will start seeing with basti. That is whenever you're intaking medicines where your medicine doesn't reach, basti will reach. Okay, so make sure you're following it time to time. If at all basti is given to you every day, at least make sure you're doing the basti 3 to 4 times a week at least. Yeah. Along with that, so there is a concept of Ayurveda that says Anupana. Now, what is Anupana? Anupana means any kind of liquid or any kind of, diet that you're taking along with the medicine that will help to aid absorption of the medicine. For example, we would really appreciate if at all you could ask your health consultant after this medicine or your doctor on a follow-up that what Anupan can I take to make sure that my diet reaches well to me, right? So if at all you are suffering with any kind of pitta related diseases, that is heat, so you can always make sure you're having your medicine with water. So have our medicine with coriander seed water. That will help you quite a lot. Have our medicine, if at all you have pitta, along with that you're also having weakness, have our medicine with black raisins and black raisins water. That would help you quite a lot. If at all you are having our medicines for nerve diseases, tingling, numbness, sciatica, you can always have our medicines with garlic. That really helps to maintain nerve health. But if at all you don't have pitta problems, only then intake it with garlic. So we would really suggest you to always make sure how can we fasten our healing by adding a little bit of Anupan with it. Just a little bit of effort every day, make sure that your healing is much more faster. That brings me to the next slide, that is diet. Now diet is where we all are usually going wrong, right? We're all usually in every follow-up, we usually have a lot of doubts. Can we have mangoes? Can we have berries? Can we have pizzas? Can we have burgers? See, we've sent you the 16-page diet as soon as we've gotten done with the consult, right? And you go through it and you feel quite overwhelmed with how much of a restriction you have to follow. But diet is not an obligation, right? Diet is not a compulsion. Ayurvedic dawa बिना diet follow करे भी हो सकती है, right? But just because we are advising you a diet, why? Because ahar, as in food, is also medicine according to Ayurveda. So our 6 tablets twice a day along with ahar can make sure what can happen in a year will happen in 6 months if your diet is very good. Okay, so if you want to get rid of your condition much more faster, make sure your diet is phenomenally well. And if not 100%, let's at least expect a 60-70% well. Yes, our diet is again not a punishment. This is not that you have to follow this or else result nahi dikhega. Nothing like that. You will definitely see a result even with following 80% of it. Okay, so let's keep that. Along with that, of course, that brings me to how many times can I cheat? How many cheat days am I allowed? So, cheat days are very subjective. For example, you can have cheat days twice, once in 2 weeks or once in 10 days. That helps, but always know, if at all you have a skin condition, make sure your cheat days do not involve sour foods. That will help. Even if in these cases, if at all you even have cheat days, it would not interact with our healing. Yes, so make sure these complete limitations to your diet. For example, skin, no sour foods. Yes, whenever you have Vat condition, pain is there, make sure you're not having any chana, chole, rajma. That definitely sets you a little back, and then your healing gets delayed. So make sure your cheat days are in alignment with your diet. Also, Ayurveda also has a certain set of rules for food intake. Yes, so when we talk about food intake, we don't follow any rule. We have food looking in front of the TV. We're constantly looking at the TV and having. We don't know how much food we've eaten at this point. Yes, so that is a very wrong procedure that we follow. It's very important to have these foods according to this rule. Okay, so make sure your food is warm food first of all. Now, what do I mean by warm food? I don't just mean microwave hot food, which if at all your food is made yesterday and you're just microwaving and having it for, that's not something we want you to do. We want you to cook it, it's fresh and it's warm. That is what we mean by warm food. Food made in the afternoon is fine, but don't have food from yesterday. That leads to toxins, so avoid that. Have a lot of snigdha food. Make sure your food is oleated, lubricated well with ghee. Okay, so that is something we want you to do. Also remember, proper quantity is very important. Now, how much food to have? You must have heard chew your food 32 times. You must have heard have only half of how much you are hungry. Make sure what Ayurveda says it. If at all there are three parts to stomach, one third part is for food, second one third part is for water, and the next one third part is for movement. So definitely make sure you'll only have one third amount of food. Let's leave some space for water and nice peristalsis. Okay, so make sure you're only having one third of your hunger. Along with that, always intake food after previous food digestion. We always see people overeat. We always see, even if your stomach is full, you're still eating. Even if your afternoon food doesn't feel digested, you're still having your evening food. Only have food when you're feeling hungry. That is an indicator of your food, previous food being digested. Yes, along with that, please don't have any viruddhahar. We've done a lecture about it before. Viruddhahar, try to avoid as much as possible, because viruddhahar again leads to a toxic vicious cycle of the autoimmune condition. Also, in proper place, not too fast or slow. Chew it well. Don't have food without with talking and laughing. That will make sure that you're not concentrating on your food. You're not having food in the right quantity and with full concentration. Yes, so this is how we'll be intaking our food. Going ahead, we'll talk about Viruddhahar like we've just spoken about. Now, Viruddhahar is not just two food items that are of opposite quality. Okay, Viruddhahar also means if at all you are having hot food along with cold water, hot food along with coke, or hot food along with cold drinks. This also means Viruddhahar. Okay, so make sure you'll completely avoid Viruddhahar. Viruddhahar means what? Incompatible foods leading to ARM. What does ARM mean? ARM is toxin. There is no disease without ARM, that is without toxin. Ayurveda says ARM is responsible for all diseases. So it stems from our food. So make sure our food is good. Now that brings me to the causes of ARM. Of course, we've spoken about this in our previous topics, but the main causes I would like to highlight here would be curd at wrong time. Now, curd in general is heavy to digest, plus causes obstruction in our body, causes harm in our body. So please, if at all you have scalp psoriasis, dryness, skin disease, try to avoid curd. If at all you have stiffness in the body, try your level best to avoid curd, and especially curd in the wrong timing during the night time. Definitely not a good time to have curd. Plus, SAR triggers. Now, always remember, if at all you're having skin disorder, your Viruddhahar is completely blindly sour food. Okay, if at all you're having sour foods, you can't even have a little bit here and there, it leads to itching. So I would highly urge everybody to, if they have a skin condition, skip your sour food for 7 days, and on the 8th day have a lot of sour food. Have your curd, have your berries, have your mangoes, etc. What that's going to do is on the 9th day you might see a new lesion, or you might see a lot of itching. Okay, so we want you to avoid sour food triggers at all costs. Plus, cold, heavy, stale food. Now, what does cold, heavy, stale food means? Cold, again, frozen food. We see in the Western cultures, a lot of frozen food culture is there, where we next day reheat it, boil it, fry it, etc., and have it the next day. This is food made months before. So this is definitely food that is going to cause toxins in the body. So avoid that definitely. Heavy food that is heavy to digest, like curd. Stale food. Stale food means yesterday's food, not good for you, creates toxins, completely avoid. Milk with incompatible foods. Now that means milk with also, fruits. Now that is leads to milkshakes, etc. That is something we're not going to take. Now there are certain activities that we do that also cause harm. Like for example, we see you just have a lot of food and then you go for, a bath. That's definitely going to cause obstruction in your body. The food is not going to digest well. Food is going to stay sluggish in the GIT, and you're also going to see that it's going to delay your healing. So avoid that. Avoid exercise after food. Now a lot of people have heavy protein before food. Ayurveda usually tells us not to, but in less quantity it's completely fine. Make sure you're not having a full meal before food. You'll also not feel great to exercise if at all you have a full meal and then go to exercise. So make sure you don't do that. Also, now something that we all miss is we try to follow our diet so well, we try to follow our sleep so well, but we see here and there an hour or two we're having a sleep at 2 p.m. Now that is going to cause us harm. Yes, that is going to cause toxins. You see AMVA, that is rheumatoid arthritis. A lot of females generally, mostly deal with it. So we also see that is a condition where the patient is following the diet very well, the patient is sleeping very well, and then we do ask about, daytime sleeping. So when daytime sleeping, we are seeing that they are sleeping for an hour or two during the day. In the summertime, this is allowed, but other times, complete no. So try to avoid these particular factors. Yes. That brings me back to the fourth mistake of ours. That is Trayo Upastamba is what I want to talk about. Is Trayo Upastamba is the three pillars of Ayurveda, of health. Okay. So whenever we're speaking about Trayo Upastamba, what does Trayo Upastamba mean? Trayo Upastamba means Ahar, Nidra, Brahmacharya. Okay. This is what your immunity depends on. So if at all you're suffering with any autoimmune condition, you need to regulate your immunity. How do you regulate your immunity? You work on these three pillars. That is ahar, that is food, that is nidra, that is sleep. Then next comes brahmacharya. Okay, now these three factors, this is what your immunity depends on. This is what causes the essence of your being, that is the oj. Okay, this makes sure the sarbhag, the essence part of your body is better, so your immunity is better and your body is not causing an autoimmune reaction. Yeah, so make sure your Trayopastamba is in line with our medicine. You will see your results multiply tenfold. We also see next is Ratri Jagran. Trayopastamba spoke about Nidra, right? So Ratri Jagran, we usually see, especially with fast-paced Mumbai life at least, and we see that patients usually sleep way past midnight. Yes. Now Ayurveda definitely, and back then we used to see 9 p.m. was sleeping time, at least post sunset was sleeping time. We're not expecting that from you, but we definitely expect you to sleep at least at midnight, because midnight is a time from midnight to 3 a.m. If we see that if at all a patient is up, that is the single most cause of all the diseases. Okay, so let's make sure as a whole, everybody, diseased or not diseased, 12 to 3 is a time we should all sleep. Also remember, sleep is the time when a lot of our healing depends on, right? Be it skin, be it your overall immunity. Anybody who's staying up for too long will definitely suffer with the condition now or later. So make sure you're sleeping by that time. Late nights aggravate your vat and pitta. So make sure to keep your vat pitta in a line. Try to sleep in that time. Also, whenever we see that your circadian rhythm in the body also depends on, what time you are sleeping and waking up. If your sleep and wake up cycle is right, your sleep and wake up cycle is aligned every day, then what you see, your stress hormones are lesser, your immunity is better. And if your stress hormones are better, you see your immunity is better and your healing is faster. So make sure you're sleeping on time and you're making sure that your sleep and wake cycle is very well followed. Yes, like it's also said, sleep is not rest only, sleep is medicine. Yes, so let's look at it from that point of view. It is not optional, it is not discounted. Make sure you're having good nice sleep. Nextly, the sixth mistake that we are seeing is mana, right? A lot of times we tell patients that Ayurveda heals you as a whole. We don't heal your body as a vessel, as a sharira. We heal your body as sharir, atma, and mana. Okay, so it's very important. Sharir is your mind, atma is your soul, and mana is your mind. Okay, so we're healing all three aspects. So always remember, stress is a major trigger. Your body can't differentiate between a physical factor and an emotional factor. So the impact is the same. Even if you're physically suffering or under an attack of any virus, etc., versus when you're emotionally suffering, you'll have an heightened immune response and that will lead to autoimmunity, which is why we see that autoimmunity, that is your body's ability to attack self, is much higher in women because we tend to hold on to things. Whenever you'll hold on to things, your chances of developing an autoimmune condition becomes tenfold. So let's just learn and mold our physical and mental body to make sure that we learn to let go things. We'll give a set time of to our stress. Definitely now you will say stress to sabko hota hai. Stress is always a part of everybody's life. Stress kisko nahi hota, I understand, but we have to make sure we will not hold on to things. Give it a particular time, give it 3 days of your time, give it 3 hours, give it 3 minutes, but after that we don't want you to hold on to it. Yes, because that leads to suppressed emotions. Suppressed emotions lead to skin diseases or autoimmune diseases. You'll also see in psoriasis there is always a stress flare connection. Now what do we mean by stress flare connection? You see in all patients of psoriasis, if at all a follow-up comes in and the patient says my whole body is completely full with flakes, we will see that that patient has undergone some kind of stress. So always make sure to not make your body affect and go through all of that trouble. Make sure you learn to let go. Now also I would like to also speak about irritable bowel syndrome. So what this is like, we usually see patients of IBS have loose motions or unformed stools, stickiness in their stools, and they usually see, no matter how many medicines we do, we usually see they need a certain set of medicines also for their mind. Why? Because your gut and your mind are related to each other, their nervous system are related to each other. So what we want you to do is make sure whenever you're suffering or do know somebody who's suffering with IBS, we need to make sure they're also treating their mind side by side, right? They are also doing takradhara at times. We see whenever we pour takra, that is buttermilk, and medicines, soaked in buttermilk. This buttermilk is then poured on the bhrumadhya, that is the marma between the eyebrows. We see that your gut gets better. Yes, so this in itself further solidifies the relation between gut and mind. So make sure you will never neglect your mind and your stress. Yes, how do we support man? So, talking about solutions, we definitely should make sure we do Tratak, which definitely, sir, definitely also showed us. He has a to-do video which we can step by step follow with him. That really helps us. And secondly, we have Shiro Pichu. Shiro Pichu is also this thing that you can do at home. Is a procedure you can do at home. Just take a little bit of cotton and have just put 2 drops of ghee on it or takra, that is buttermilk, on it. That will help you to regulate your nervous system. Just place it between your bhrumadhya and go off to sleep. If you cannot go off to sleep like that, just keep that for 15 minutes. That will do you great wonders. And if you are unable to do all of that, definitely do plan a Shirodhara at your closest doctor. Plan it here. Will help you to do Shirodhara with kadhas, oils, takras according to your condition. Also, nextly, the mistake that we were talking about that actually is very much overlooked is obsessing over results. Now we usually see patients come in and say, when is this going to get better? We see patients have been struggling with this particular condition for the past 5 years, 4 years, 10 years. And when they come to Ayurveda is not a quick fix, right? Ayurveda is dealing with all of the steroids that you've been dealing before and having before. And Ayurveda is also going to make sure that your system is well regulated, right? So we have to make sure we don't obsess over results. Now, the disease that I would particularly like to highlight here is lichen planus pigmentosus. Now, if at all we see this on the face or on the body, we see mostly the patients of LPP always stress over their pigmentation. Now, pigmentation is tricky in this aspect that in particular sunlight, it might look a little different. At home, it might look a little different. Your photos can make it look a little different, and that can throw you off. That can throw you off this whole journey of being motivated. But we have to know one thing. Let's not, look at ourselves in the mirror and just check ये कम हुआ है नहीं हुआ है etc. So that is going to make sure that our results are going to go negative. Always make sure instead of cross checking in the mirror, ask somebody that you trust who sees you 15 days or 20 days later, 1 month later, to give you an honest opinion about your skin. We promise you'll see a much better response, and believe that person, a believable, nice, trustworthy person. And just make sure you trust that opinion more than your ye light dikh raha hai, ye dark dikh raha hai. Okay, so that will make sure we don't obsess on our results, because satat kriya, if it always studying all night, we're bound to be nice in that particular subject, right? So if at all we are constantly saying one thing, this is looking darker, it is looking darker, it is bound to look darker to you at least. So we have to make sure let's not obsess over results. Okay, so that definitely keeps up the anxiety, that definitely plays with our mana, and mana again triggers our autoimmune condition. So make sure healing needs observation, not obsession. Don't obsess over it, observe it, make sure and ask how we can make it better. We will provide you the means to make it better. We can do means like frequent application of oils, frequent application of other kinds of medicines, lepas, frequent, potlis, etc., that we can do to make sure your pigmentation looks better. But try your level best not to obsess over it. And obsessing is not the medicine. Mistake number 8 brings me to armor causing vihar, right? So what does vihar mean? Now vihar means activities, daily, activities that you do in a day. What does activities mean? Now we must be thinking yani ki food has all the importance definitely, but along with food, another also activity requires a lot of light on it is vihar, right? Activities that we do everyday basis. For example, medicine is not everything. You must be seeing diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a sedentary disorder, right? It is caused by lifestyle. So definitely it is important for you to change your sedentary habits, like sitting on the sofa for too long, not having any physical activity is definitely going to make sure your diabetes keeps increasing. So what we want you to do in diabetes, walking is very important. Medicine will help you as much, but walking will do miles for you. Yes, so make sure you're not walking miles, but at least walking 30 minutes. That will help us. Next, we also see knee pain. Now a lot of people of knee pain come in, and they say that pain is increasing, and with the medicines and external applications we see, why would it? But that's definite, because whenever you're walking the stairs, up the stairs, whenever you're sitting down for too long, that causes further degeneration. So make sure you're going to avoid these activities while under treatment. Once you are definitely better, we can resume these activities. Nextly, scratching in eczema psoriasis. Now scratching in eczema psoriasis, I know this particular very dear patient of ours who once had told me that her lesions are very thickened. She's using a MasterCard to make sure she can scrape off all the lesions and all the dry dead skin off it. So that is something not to do. We've seen after she stopped doing it, or after the itching has gone down, she's seeing quite a lot of result. Now, why does that happen? Every time you're scratching with a MasterCard, scratching with your nails, what we see, you're causing a wound there. Every time there's going to be a wound, what's going to happen is the new occurrence of a thicker psoriasis layer can come in. That is hyperkeratinization can happen, lichenification can happen. That is thickening of skin can happen. So make sure you're going to avoid that at all costs. Now, whenever you're scratching in eczema, a completely different thing can also happen, which is whenever you're scratching. Now, eczema is the itchiest skin disease. Yes. So I understand where we're all coming from, that we can't stop itching. But why we need to stop itching? Eczema is of two stages, dry and wet. So if at all you're scratching too much, what happens is you're giving an inlet to bacteria, because you're scratching so much till the time you bleed. Whenever you are bleeding, you're creating some cuts on the surface which cause an inlet of bacteria, leads to a bacterial infection, then sepsis, then a medical emergency where you might just rush to an ER because of the swelling, because of the oozing. So these are things that we need to avoid at all costs during the treatment. This is activities that can increase your condition. Yes. Along with that, I also want to say there are certain rutus that also affect our body. For example, summers also affect our body quite a lot in terms of itching. So what are we going to do in those times? We're going to have lesser of pitta aggravating factors like heat, spicy food, curds, sour foods. That is a complete no. Also, we would have more of gulkan, coriander water. We're going to have more of black raisins. That is going to help us. Yes. And whenever right now we're venturing into rainy season in Mumbai. So I would like to speak about rainy season. Rainy season is responsible for increasing Vat in the body, right? So for everybody, diseased or not diseased, Vat increases in your body during this time. So what can make sure Vat doesn't cause more dryness in the body? What can make sure Vat doesn't cause more pain in the body? The only thing that can help you during this time is lubrication. Okay, so make sure that having a lot of ghee, you're applying a lot of oil, that will help us quite a lot. And make sure lubrication is the single most important thing we all should do. Have an abhyang here and there sometime. Take til oil, that is basic til oil every day or once a week, once a month, once in 2 weeks. That also helps, which will help to decrease the vat. Yes, so that will help all the diseases to stay at bay. So follow a certain Rutucharya during this time, which will help you. If you have any doubts about Rutucharya, please talk to us and get more information about that too. That brings me to the next mistake of ours, Nidan Parivarjan skipped. Now, what does Nidan Parivarjan mean? Nidan Parivarjan. Nidan as in Hetu, and Parivarjan means avoidance, right? So, Nidan is the single most cause of why diseases happen. Nidan comes first, then comes Am, and that causes diseases. Okay, so constant repetence of any kind of aggravating factor will make sure you're in a disease state. For example, we always during consults ask you, what do you think if at all somebody comes in with a skin disease or rheumatoid arthritis or any condition as such? We ask them, what do you think you have done that you've got this particular disease? Was it stress? Was it a lot of outside food? Was it any kind of previous infection, any fever, etc.? So Nidan is very much important. Now we see, now one of the very my favorite Nidan in all the patients of scalp psoriasis and seborrheic dermatitis is dahi, right? We see every time all patients of scalp psoriasis usually have curd. So curd is a repetitive thing we see every time. I'll ask them, if at all you're having dahi every day or curd every day, we see it's an immediate yes. So definitely make sure your cause is not repeated. That is definitely a cause. Along with that, diabetes definitely can be genetic, but your excessive intake of sweets, your excessive behavior and having sedentary lifestyle can increase your chances of having diabetes. So avoid that. Along with that, psoriasis, we'll see psoriasis usually has a stress trigger. We also see psoriasis having fever triggers, but also stress is one of the major 90% cause. So make sure stress is at bay. Nextly, skin disease, like I told you, curd, etc. I would also like to talk about a particular condition called as HS, that is hidradenitis suppurativa. That is a condition where you have certain abscesses that are boils, usually in the sweaty areas of your body, like armpits, groin area, etc. Now, these areas, you will see there are certain boils and they form tracks inside them. All the patients usually have been sleeping late. Now, also that brings me back to our Nidra topic, right? Nidra, that is very important. So if at all you're sleeping late, you're sleeping at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., you're very much bound to having HS someday down the line, if at all, it's coupled with stress. So try your level best to keep your sleep in check. And if at all you're suffering with hidradenitis, avoid sleep at all, Ratri Jagran at all costs. Nextly, my last mistake that I would like to highlight is the Shodhan, that is treatments, right? So, Shodhan, you must be seeing. We've advised you, the health consultants talk about it. We usually always tell you about it. That is Shodhan, that is detoxification. So how do we go about this detoxification? Now there are a lot of types of shodhan, but the two shodhan that we do primarily here are Vaman and Virechan. Vaman is primarily done for Kapha dosha and Virechan is primarily done for Pitta dosha. And whenever it's done, Virechan is Adogbak, that is downward expulsion of the disease causing elements, and Vaman is the upward expulsion of disease causing elements, usually by vomiting, and Virechan by loose motions. Virechan can be done at home, and it is an excellent treatment for removal and expulsion of pitta that has increased, causing heat in the body, causing inflammation in the body, which will help you. Secondly, Vaman is very important for kapha dosha, increase thick lesions on the skin, any kind of arm, any kind of stiffness in the body. Vaman is extremely important. Now, thirdly, Rakta Mokshan is a procedure we highly tell you to do weekly or 15 days. Some patients, when they're just getting out of their steroids and they start our shodhan, feel that our medicine or the detox has caused the expulsion or the aggravation of the symptoms. Strict no. Why? Because you've just stopped the steroids. Whenever you've just stopped the steroid, what actually happens is there is a phase called as steroid withdrawal. Whenever you're going through a steroid withdrawal, what you will see is your symptoms might aggravate, because what does steroid do? It causes cutaneous immunosuppression. What does cutaneous immunosuppression means? All the lesions that are there, they get suppressed to the beneath layers of the skin, and that definitely will expel, increase whenever you'll stop applying the steroid, right? So it's very necessary by you to understand it's not Ayurveda that is causing the aggravation of the disease. We see a lot of patients be like Ayurved se ho gaya, ya Ayurved चालू किया इसीलिए ये शोधन करके ये बढ़ रहा है. That is not the case. It is because steroid has been withdrawn. So make sure steroid is nicely withdrawn under our guidance. Make sure it is nicely tapered. Now, yesterday a patient came in, a very dear patient of ours came in yesterday for Amvad. She's undergoing Vat therapy here, and she's saying for 2 3 sessions that the pain is just increasing. And I then asked her, were you on any previous medication? She's like, I stopped it since day one of your medication. I was like, but what were those medications? Then she pulls out a strip of methylprednisolone from her bag. Now, methylprednisolone is a steroid. You must be given a steroid before in your previous medication. So it's very important to let us know the medication that you were taking, and we can let you know how to taper them rightly, so that you don't feel that you stop those medications, you feel that Ayurved se kuch nahi ho raha hai. That's not the case. It is because your methylprednisolone has been tapered and has not been tapered and has been stopped abruptly. So make sure you'll discuss the dosage with us, and only then we will stop these. Okay. Always know Ayurveda fixes root stage by stage, but to do root work we have to make sure we will go back to how this started, by doing nirdan parivarjan, by making sure our ahar is good, vihar is good, etc. So definitely make sure you are going to work on all aspects. Now, patient cooperation is a part of chikitsa. Every time that you are facing any difficulty, it's always advisable to discuss your problems with us. Do not give up. Be a hero of your story, of your journey. You've been giving these problems just because you were capable of fighting them, and we all believe in you. We all can make sure you will reach that stage, but it is you who has to make those changes. If at all not, report them to us, so we will try to make a certain amount of changes in our medicines. But understand, always be inspired to do this. Do not lose hope. Always remember, hope is one of the best things, and along with that, Ayurveda is definitely backing you up in your treatment. So always remember, Nidan Parivarjan, protect Agni so that arm is not formed, follow a routine, Ahar, Nidra, Vihar, and nextly, trust the process. Trust that these medicines are working, and the medicines will work as however you want them to. Okay, so however fast you want the chikitsa, make sure you believe in the medicine, the activities as much, to make sure it will help you. Yeah. Yes, any doubts, any questions, please do ask us.
Yes.
We can start medicine now.
Probably we can take a question or two, maybe, yeah. About this topic, questions on this topic, on today's topic. Neha ma'am says very informative lecture.
Thank you very
Any
much.
questions on this topic? Let's take it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
hello ma'am. Hi, how are you?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, मैम. पूजा हिंगोले उज्जैन से
Yes, बोलिए.
एलपीपी के लिए एलपीपी के लिए ट्रीटमेंट ले रही हूँ मैं.
Yes.
मैम बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. और आज ही ब्रांच मैं एसबीआई एम्प्लॉई हूँ, तो ब्रांच में सब लोग बहुत अप्रिशिएट कर रहे थे कि आपको रिकवर अच्छा हो रहा है और
Love.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है. पर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था मैम कि क्या होता है कि हम लोग जब लंच लेते हैं तो कुछ लोग जैसे रिस्ट्रिक्टेड चीजें जो हमें नहीं लेना है, तो वो इंसिस्ट करते हैं कि अरे एक स्पून तो ले लो, तो इससे क्या होता है. तो मैं
Yes,
ये जानना चाहूंगी कि ये सब चीजें मतलब
I
आपके
understand.
जो ट्रीटमेंट में कितना, हाँ ये.
Yes.
Very,
So I
very
would,
nice question. Very nice
yes, this
question.
is a
Really
very nice.
appreciate you. Yes, ma'am will explain you about this now. Put
Yes,
some light.
definitely. We would also see कि जब भी आपको कोई ऑफर करता है a slice of cake या फिर पिकल ले लो, अचार ले लो, इससे क्या होता है ना, what happens is happy hormones release, you're around nice people, good people, you're having a good time, आप खुश हो, तो a bite or two, a slice or two does not impact your healing. ठीक है, कभी कभार आप ले सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बट विद मेनली क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपका डाइट इतना मैटर नहीं करता मैम जितना स्ट्रेस पार्ट मैटर करता है. अगर ये चीज से आपको खुशी मिलती है, हम बहुत बार यहाँ पे पेशेंट्स देखते हैं कि उनने बर्थडे स्किप कर दिया, केक्स नहीं खाया, बट दैट हैज कॉज्ड अ मेंटल इम्पैक्ट, है ना. तो वी नीड टू मेक श्योर हम बिल्कुल भी अवॉइड नहीं करेंगे ऐसी चीजें जो हमें खुशी देती है. इफ दैट मेक्स यू हैप्पी, दैट slice of cake makes you happy, have that slice of cake. Yes.
An important point to add that we need to be very much disciplined with diet when it comes to itchy conditions. जहां पर भी itching बहुत ज्यादा है. In LPP also, some people have a lot of itching. So itching अगर बहुत ज्यादा है तो itching पूरा बंद होने तक हमें क्या करना है? Follow करना है. Once itching is totally gone, in that case there is no problem at all. There is absolutely, it's okay. So अगर आपका itching चला गया, and as doctor said, if you're in a very happy mood, बिकॉज दीज आर ऑल ऑटो इम्यून कंडीशन. ये सारे ऑटो इम्यून. जैसे मैं अभी एक पेशेंट का मेडिसिन लिख रहा था, जस्ट राइटिंग इट राइट नाउ. आई वोंट डिस्क्लोज द नेम योर. 2 जुलाई, इट्स हर सेकंड थर्ड मंथ गोइंग ऑन विद अस. तो उनका क्या कहना है, एलपीपी है फेस नेक और आर्म्स पे, पर itching is still there on neck and on and off, but when it starts it is severe. तो इन दिस पर्टिकुलर पेशेंट्स पूरा फेस नेक लाइकन पेनिस से भरा हुआ है. ऑल द पैचेस एंड ऑल इज फुल डार्क ब्लैक, बट शी इज वन ऑफ दोस इची काइंड्स. तो इचिंग जब तक बंद नहीं होता तब तक डाइट करना है. एक बार इचिंग पूरा बंद है, आपको इचिंग हुआ ही नहीं, देन द डाइट इज वेरी वेरी eased out. So you don't have to worry. Focus more on healing and being happy because all of these are autoimmune conditions. So हमने देखा है, as doctor said in one of the slides, those looking at the mirror have delayed results because lot of stress throughout the day, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's very important to be positive in this. What can we do if there is itching? Dr. Prachi ma'am, we say, what do we do if there is itching, extreme itching? Can we apply something, or how to take the flaky skin off?
Yes, it depends definitely on person to person and condition to condition. But extreme itching always sometimes has to do with doshas of pitta and kapha. Okay, so make sure, try to see what foods are triggering. A lot of times, histamine-rich food. Patient is having a lot of peanuts. Patient is having a lot of cashews. What is that doing? It's increasing the histamine. It is increasing the itching. So triggers ढूंढना बहुत जरूरी. It's very important to find these triggers. You will see sour foods. If at all you're having a lot of tomato in your diet, that is going to increase. If at all you're having a lot of sambar, rasam, that is going to increase. So make sure you'll find those factors firstly and try to do nidan parivarjan, that is avoidance of the hetus. Along with that, you said when can we apply something or how to get flaky skin off. Now, if at all you deal with flaky skin, have a lot of ghee, because dryness is externally visible but it's internally, right? So make sure you're lubricating your body with a lot of ghee internally. Cook your food in ghee. That really helps. Along with that, application of external oils. Coconut oil works very good for skin conditions. So make sure you apply a lot of oil, because oil absorbs quite well and gives you hydration for much longer.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Last week there was a senior Ayurved doctor who'd come to see our patients, and he said this one thing. Sir, I didn't know that there is so much of impact and involvement of mind and skin. I have been seeing throughout the day what you're seeing, patients are all mostly related to mind. So you need to know there was a question asked in the chat box, Amvat, lichen planus, psoriasis. All these are autoimmune conditions. So mana prasanna rehna, happy mind is very, very important more than anything. A happy mind speeds up, boosts healing, boosts results. Because a mind that's stressed, that is stressed actually is a problem. There is a family member, I will tell you, a family member last week, he told me, Doctor, Aj, I'm not getting sleep. I've never brought any concern to you, you being a family member, but let me tell you that I'm not getting sleep. I have zero stress. I'm very happy. I'm so happy, and everything is so good. So I'm not able to sleep at all. So what I did is I asked the madam, the wife, I asked the madam that, what do you feel about him? ये कैसे सोते हैं रात को? तो बोलते वो कैरम देखते हैं टीवी पे. He watches कैरम on the TV or his phone, and जैसे नींद आती है हम सो जाते हैं. And I think most Indians do that, right? We just keep watching TV or keep scrolling, and जब नींद आ जाती है, we go to bed. Correct? How many of you agree? Give me a yes.
I think all of
Yes.
us.
All of them, right? आंख लगने तक हम सोते नहीं है. आंख लग गई फिर सो जाते हैं. Correct?
Yes.
So very important over here is I just told sir one thing. मेरे लिए आप एक चीज करिए. मैं आपको कहता हूँ बिना दवा के आपको अच्छा लगे. So I said 1 hour before you sleep, don't use your phone. And the next morning he calls me and tells me कि कितना अच्छा लग रहा है. Then I followed him for 1 week time. 1 week time we followed up and we saw the sleep is totally normal. So phone
Lovely.
में देखना, distraction, your mind needs rest, your mind needs calm. In the last lecture of Tratak, if you were there, if you were not there, you can go on the app and access it. We spoke and gave you a question that how many of you in 24 hours spend 20 minutes of time with your own self? With no phones, no thoughts, no talking about someone, no thinking about someone, with just your own self, right? And we see those patients who do, the results are extremely great. So it's the beauty of nature. Ayurveda is nature. Ayurveda is divine science. Ayurveda is a holy science. So it starts giving you results once you align yourself with the nature. But once you go against the nature, for example, you're staying up all night, you're not sleeping all night, and it's affecting your body negatively for your skin, for your mind, for your joint pain, and you're taking Ayurveda treatment. It will be effective, but may not be effective as it should, as the
Yes.
potential of Ayurveda that it has. Right? So it's important to be aligned with the nature as much as we can. All right. So it was great to have you. We thank Dr. Prachi ma'am for being
Thank
here. There's a question holder section on stress management. I'd be very happy to invite you to the application that we have. You log in using a registration link. You go into the app and you have a Arogya Satsang meeting. You will find a lot of counseling sessions, stress management sessions, skin sessions, lichen planus sessions, pain sessions. Liluma ji is here. She's attended a lot of our sessions. So I'd like to really invite you to join us and attend more of these sessions. This July month is full of energy driven sessions. So do meet us every Saturday at 8 p.m. We'd be very happy to see all of you and meet all of you all. Okay. So thank you so much. Once again, let us all thank Doctor for
Hello.
giving time and boosting us and putting up
Yes.
light when it comes to being an honest patient, being an obedient patient, being a disciplined patient. Because as a doctor, as a patient, the whole goal is cure, cure, cure. We are all treating chronic diseases, autoimmune conditions, real stubborn conditions, deep-rooted diseases, and we need to regenerate new skin from within. We need to attack genetic disorders like ichthyosis vulgaris. We need to treat conditions where you have been told there is no cure, you've done laser. So over here, one thing is important. Choose Ayurveda, keep patience, keep faith, get aligned with the nature, let Ayurveda do its part. You just keep faith in the process. All right.
Yes.
So it's very happy to see Mohan Bakaji, Dilip
All
sir,
of our patients, Dilip
yeah,
sir,
all of you.
Asha
Wonderful
Karkera,
to be.
everybody
So
is here.
thank you, Doctor, once again for this amazing, powerful lecture.
Thank
Looking
you so
forward to meet all of you next Saturday, same day, same time. From Jovis, we thank you all. Look impressive.
Be progressive. Yes.
See you all.
Thank
Thank you.